Are you constantly battling stress, anxiety, and the overwhelming noise of the modern world?
What if I told you there's an ancient secret, a profound wisdom from millennia ago, that holds the key to unlocking true inner peace? This isn't just about managing stress.
It's about fundamentally transforming your relationship with life's challenges. We live in a strange time, don't we? It's November 2025, and we have more tools for connection and convenience than ever before.
Yet, for so many of us, true inner peace feels more out of reach than ever. Our phones are buzzing constantly, the news cycle never sleeps, and the pressure to keep up, to be productive, to be perfect, is relentless.
It's what I call the modern peace paradox.
I remember a time, not too long ago, when I was completely overwhelmed. My mind was a constant storm of deadlines, social pressures, and anxieties about the future.
I was drowning in the digital noise, and frankly, I was miserable.
I tried all the usual things, apps, productivity hacks, you name it, but nothing stuck. It all felt like putting a band-aid on a gaping wound.
That's when I stumbled upon Stoicism, and it changed everything.
This isn't some quick fix or a trendy life hack.
What we're talking about today is a deep, sustainable framework for finding a profound sense of calm, no matter what life throws at you. So, what is this ancient wisdom? When you hear the word philosophy, you might picture dusty old books and stuffy academics.
But Stoicism is different.
It was born in the bustling marketplaces of ancient Athens and was practiced by everyone from slaves to senators, and even a Roman emperor. Think of figures like Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who wrote his private thoughts on resilience while leading armies.
Seneca, a playwright and advisor who navigated political intrigue and exile.
And Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most respected teachers of his time.
These weren't men who had easy lives.
They faced war, political turmoil, betrayal, and loss. Their philosophy wasn't theoretical. It was a practical guide for living a good life amidst chaos. At the very heart of Stoicism is a simple but incredibly powerful idea called the dichotomy of control. It's about clearly separating what is within your power from what is not. What's in your control?
Your thoughts, your judgments, your choices, your actions.
That's it. What's not in your control?
Pretty much everything else. The weather, the economy, what other people think of you, whether you get that promotion.
The modern world tells us to worry about and try to control everything. The Stoics teach us the opposite. By focusing our energy exclusively on what we can control, our own minds and actions, we free ourselves from the anxiety and frustration of trying to manage the unmanageable. This leads to another core concept, amor fati, which translates to a love of fate. This doesn't mean being passive.
It means accepting everything that happens, both good and bad, as necessary and even desirable.
It's about seeing every obstacle not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity to practice patience, courage, or creativity. It's about learning to say yes to life exactly as it is.
Okay, so how do we take these ancient ideas and apply them to our lives right here in 2025?
Let's start with mindfulness.
We're all drowning in distractions.
The Stoics had a solution for this long before meditation apps existed.
They practiced what's called prosog, or the art of attention.
It's about bringing a focused, sober awareness to your every thought and action. It's not about emptying your mind, but about directing it with purpose.
When you're working, work. When you're with your family, be fully present. This simple act of paying attention starves distraction and cultivates a deep sense of presence and peace.
Now, what about negativity? We all deal with it, whether it's trolls in the comments section, a difficult colleague, or even our own inner critic. The Stoic response isn't to fight back or to let it consume you.
It's to remember the dichotomy of control.
Someone else's opinion is external to you.
It's not within your control. You can't control what they say, but you can control how you interpret it and how you respond.
Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Instead of getting angry, you can choose to respond with reason, with grace, or simply by not responding at all, recognizing that their negativity is their problem, not yours.
Then there's one of my favorite, and perhaps most misunderstood Stoic practices, premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils.
This sounds grim, but it's actually a powerful tool against anxiety. The idea is to take time to vividly imagine worst-case scenarios. What if you lose your job? What if a project fails? What if you face criticism? By mentally rehearsing these events, you do two things.
First, you realize that you would likely survive and could even handle them.
This strips them of their power to create fear and anxiety.
Second, it prepares you.
If something bad does happen, you're not caught by surprise.
You've already thought about it and are better equipped to respond with a calm, rational mind. It's like an emotional fire drill. It builds incredible resilience.
Ultimately, Stoicism is about building what the philosophers called an inner citadel or an inner fortress. This is a place of unshakable peace and strength within you that no external event can touch. How do you build it? You build it with virtue.
Now, virtue might sound like an old-fashioned word, but for the Stoics, it was intensely practical. The four cardinal virtues are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom is knowing what is good, bad, and indifferent. Courage is not the absence of fear, but acting rightly in the face of it.
Justice is treating others fairly and with kindness.
And temperance is moderation in all things. These aren't just abstract ideals.
They are the tools you use every single day to build your fortress.
Every time you choose a rational response over an emotional reaction, every time you face a fear, every time you treat someone with respect, you are laying another stone in the wall of your inner citadel. A powerful habit to help with this is journaling.
Many Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, kept a journal.
This isn't a Dear Diary exercise.
It's a tool for reflection.
In the evening, you can review your day. Where did you act in line with your values? Where did you let your emotions get the better of you?
What could you do better tomorrow? This practice cultivates self-awareness and helps you regulate your emotions, making you the conscious architect of your own character.
It also helps with another key to peace, detaching from outcomes. We cause ourselves so much suffering by pinning our happiness on specific results, getting the praise, winning the game, closing the deal.
The Stoics teach us to shift our focus from the result, which is external, to the effort, which is internal. Do your best, act with virtue, put in the work, and then let the outcome be what it will be. Your sense of self-worth and tranquility will then come from your actions, not from the unpredictable whims of fortune. So where do you begin on this path to lasting serenity? The key is to remember that Stoicism is a practice, a journey, not a destination.
It's something you do, day in and day out. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. My encouragement to you is to start small.
Just pick one principle we've talked about today to implement this week. Maybe it's practicing the dichotomy of control.
When you feel stressed, ask yourself, is this in my control or not?
If it's not, consciously practice letting it go. Or maybe you can try journaling for 10 minutes before bed.
Or perhaps just practice being fully present during one conversation each day. By consistently applying these timeless secrets, you can fundamentally shift your relationship with stress, anxiety, and the challenges of modern life.
You can stop being a leaf blown about by the winds of circumstance and start becoming the captain of your own soul.
You can build an inner fortress of calm that will serve you for the rest of your life. This is the promise of Stoicism. Not a life free from problems, but a life where you have the strength and wisdom to meet any problem with peace.
Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration today. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which Stoic principle you are going to try first. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on living a better, more peaceful life.
Until next time, be well.